Hey, mình đã mời hải khách rất đặc biệt tham gia video này. Chính là anh cả Dan và chị cả Dan. Không, bố mẹ Dan đấy. Họ đã sang Việt Nam chơi và mình sẽ tranh thủ cơ hội này để xem họ khó hiểu tiếng Anh của người Việt ở những điểm nào. Lý do vì sao mình mời họ là vì Dan ở Việt Nam lâu rồi, nên mình đã quen cách phát âm tiếng Anh đặc trưng của người Việt. Ví dụ nếu mình nghe một bạn nói I very like reading book in English, thì mình biết câu đó có nghĩa là I really like reading books in English. Bố mẹ Dan chưa quen những điều đó, mặc dù đây là lần thứ 3 họ sang Việt Nam. Nên sự phản ứng của họ đối với phát âm của người Việt nó sẽ thể hiện cho sự phản ứng chung của người nước ngoài rõ ràng hơn sự phản ứng của Dan. Vậy thì mình sẽ cho họ xem mấy đoạn video có người Việt nói tiếng Anh, rồi xem họ có hiểu hết không. Video này có hai mục đích. Thứ nhất là để chỉ cho các bạn một số điểm yếu hay gặp trong phát âm của người Việt. Còn mục đích thứ hai là để nhấn mạnh với các bạn sự quan trọng của phát âm chuẩn. Tại vì sớm hay muộn, tất cả các bạn sẽ trải nghiệm một chuyện khi nói tiếng Anh với người nước ngoài. Đó là việc bạn tưởng bạn đã chọn đúng từ vựng, đã dùng đúng ngữ pháp, đã phát âm khá ok. Nhưng khi bạn nói xong, thì bạn nước ngoài kia sẽ nhìn bạn với ánh mắt kiểu như hả? Vậy mình hy vọng video này sẽ khuyến khích các bạn tập phát âm như muốn phát điên. Ok, chúng ta bắt đầu nhé. Đương nhiên là bố mẹ Dan không biết tiếng Việt đâu, nên bọn mình sẽ nói tiếng Anh thôi. Và các bạn có thể bật phút đề Việt hoặc phút đề Anh ở nút CC hoặc nút cài đặt. So Mom, Dad, you ready to go?
Yes.
Ready to go.
Okay. I've blurred out the text that they're saying, so you're just gonna have to listen and try to understand it. So let's see.
How much that is cost? Nhớ này. How much that is cost?
How much that is cost?
How much that is cost?
Well, yeah, he's asking how much something is cost. The costs, I think.
Well, I mean, you're right that he's asking about cost.
Okay. How much that
How
is
much
cost?
dice cups?
How much that is cost?
No, he's trying to say how much does it cost?
Oh, that's not what I heard.
Yeah, see, that's the problem that a lot of Vietnamese people have is with the final sounds. So he's trying to say does it, but he's just saying da it cost. All right, let's continue.
Please call police.
Please call Paulette.
Listen again.
Please call police.
Please.
Dad, okay, you shut up for a second. Dad, what do you think?
Yeah, that's what it sounded to me. Please call Poland.
I'll give you a hint. That video is about like useful phrases for if you're traveling in English-speaking countries.
Please call
Maybe.
police.
Maybe here.
He got it. The old man got it.
Really?
What is it?
Please call police.
Police?
Police.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please call police.
Oh,
Police.
police.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got two problems. One is that he has the stress in the wrong place, right? He's saying police, but he should be saying police. Vietnamese people really struggle with the difference between I and E.
Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on.
Hello audiences, today we are so glad to talk to the director of the recent blockbuster, Home School Island.
Of the, it sounded like reason of the
Think about it.
blockbuster.
Think about it.
Of the
Mom?
blockbuster.
Recent.
Recent.
The recent.
Oh.
That one I understood pretty clearly.
All right, let's continue.
Hi, Lynn. Hi.
Oh, how's it going?
Not so good.
What's wrong?
Students don't hit like for this video.
Got her up to the last sentence.
Yeah, me too.
Students don't hit like for this video.
Something with his video.
I don't have light for this video.
Or,
I don't know.
I don't have a life with his video.
All right, try again.
Students don't hit like for this video.
For this video is clear, but before that,
Yeah, I'm
I don't
not
have-
getting that. Yeah.
She's trying to say students don't hit like for this video.
oh, I thought I was hearing
Like,
like, but it
really,
didn't make any
students don't hit
But I
like.
didn't get students at all, so
Yeah,
Students don't hit like for this video.
of course that's
it's kind of an
the
odd.
phraseology is weird
Right.
for us too, and I would say something like students
Yeah.
aren't finding this valuable, or students aren't. I don't know. I mean,
Well, I
don't
think
do
you're
YouTube, but
but you just got on the right track. Like we wouldn't The problem is with her grammar. We wouldn't say students don't hit like. We would say students aren't hitting like.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All right.
I achieved a higher state of happiness.
I achieved a higher state of happiness. Yeah,
Good ear.
that was good.
Okay. All right.
I'm deeply into you. I'm deeply into you.
I'm definitely into you. Is that what you got?
Well, yeah, I mean, she's almost saying doubly, but yeah, definitely into you.
She's trying to say I'm deeply into you.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
let's try.
wouldn't
Let's
have
do it
gotten
again.
I'm deeply into you. I'm deeply into you.
Hey, come on now.
that
2
I-
E's together. That's not it.
Yeah, you know, but like I said, it's really hard for
Yeah.
them. They so many words. I kind of try to teach them that, like, when you say the E sound as opposed to I, you kind of smile a little bit, like deep, deeply, as opposed to diply, where your mouth just kind of stays like more lax. This one I don't think you're gonna get.
Begin. Begin.
Became?
Begin, wasn't it?
She's trying to say big game.
Whoa.
Big game.
Yeah.
But she kind of ren the words together.
And that was actually what they're trying to do in this video, which is teach, well, what we in the business call connected speech. But the problem actually is that she only stresses the word game. She says big game. But you need to stress both of them, don't you?
Big.
Yeah.
Big game.
Big game.
Did you watch the big game?
Did you watch the big? Yeah.
All right, next one.
Interesting.
You ask. You ask.
You ask.
Oh, you got it.
You
You
ask is what it was.
Almost like usk. You ask. But
I
you
wouldn't
ask.
have gotten it.
And I think, again, it's because of the stress. Like she said, you ask. But actually, we would say, you ask. All right, next.
It's really out of this world.
Oh yeah, that was easy.
This is really. Go ahead.
That was really out of this world.
Okay. All right, back to Kong Skull Island.
So how many meals a day does Kong eat?
So how many something?
Music something or how many
Music.
days?
So how many meals a day does Kong eat?
So how many meals a day do you eat, or does he eat?
There you go.
Okay.
Wow. And I mean, this is another problem with stress, right?
Right.
Because it should be how many meals a day. Stress on meals and day.
Right.
But
And
she just says
meals
meals a day.
So day is not important, and yeah, that's not what you focus on. You just hear the meals.
Okay, and also listen to this last part.
Does Kong eat?
It does.
Meals a day.
Does
Kong?
Did she say Kong?
yeah.
She
Kong
does.
eat? She does.
Yep.
Really? In there?
Can you do it again?
She says, well, okay.
Does Kong eat?
Oh, Kong. That doesn't Kong. That is Kong is not Kong
Right.
to me.
Yeah, like they
It's Kong.
right. They when they're talking about this movie, they'll instead of saying King Kong, they say King Kong,
Oh, okay.
or the city of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Vietnamese, they call it Hong Kong. So when they're speaking English, they often
Do that.
pronounce it like that.
Yeah.
I hope on your birthday dreams and wishes come true.
Something about birthday wishes coming true, but I hope.
I hope on your birthday dreams and wishes come true.
Something about birthday wishes coming true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
About
in the middle.
Okay. Listen again.
I hope on your birthday dreams and wishes come true.
June 10th.
Hong Jom. I don't know.
She's trying to say, I hope all your birthday dreams and wishes come true.
Really?
I hope all.
But she's kind of saying, like, I hope all.
Hope all.
Right.
Oh.
Sometimes I read inspiring books about entrepreneurs.
Sometimes
thought I understood.
Sometimes I read inspiring books about entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got that one.
Okay,
good.
let's see if you get the second part.
Mindfulness is also one of my favorite.
Is one of my favorites, but I didn't
My
hear.
emphasis.
Mindfulness is also one of my favorite.
My focus
focus.
is on one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's focus, but it didn't quite sound like it.
He was trying to say mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Oh. See, I heard my focus is on one of my favorites. That's what I heard. Yeah. Mindfulness? No, I never would have gotten mindfulness.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and it's a word that we don't use very often.
Yeah, true.
So if you, and I have a lot of students who have, that's a big problem area when they're using a word that we just don't use that much. If your pronunciation on those ones isn't exact, there's just no way that someone's going to guess, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's see about this.
You do not have a lot of experience in working environment.
I got it.
Okay.
You do not have a lot of experience in working environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt like she kind of, the word environment, environment.
Yeah, but
We're used to that
it's
word.
It's a standalone word. It's a clear enough word that you can kind of not have it perfect, and it still can make sense.
Okay, next.
Especially for fresh graduates, we haven't got any full-time job.
No full-time job at the lab.
Especially for somebody that I didn't get.
Especially for fresh graduates.
Especially for...
It sounds like fresh mayonnaise.
Especially for fresh graduates.
Fresh Renee's. What's fresh Renee's?
She's trying to say fresh graduates.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Fresh graduates. We don't... Okay.
Listen again.
Especially for fresh graduates.
Graduates is not even close. She's kind of graduates.
But that happens a lot with like higher level students. There'll be sort of longer words with like multisyllabic words where they're not totally sure and they just kind of they just kind of try to breeze through it. This one's kind of funny.
My husband and I usually die out there.
You usually die out there? Dine, I suppose.
Forgot the end.
If you
die out there.
If you listen to the whole thing, then...
My husband and I usually die out there when we don't feel like dining in.
That makes sense, when we don't feel like dining in. Yeah. But yeah, it sounds like die. My husband and I usually die out there.
Yeah. Final sounds are very important. All right, let's see what we got next.
How's it going? How's it going? How's it going?
How's it going?
I'm guessing he's saying how's it going. It sounds like house going, but you can figure out that it's how's it going.
Right.
But it sounds like house
how's
going.
House
going.
Yeah, it's like
house
he's
going.
going to forget the it.
Right.
Yeah.
And also the difference between s and z. Because he's saying house, but it should be house.
House,
right? This one maybe you'll get.
I love my mom most because she's always takes care of me.
I love my mom most because she always takes care of me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one was easy.
This one might be difficult.
What a wonderful day it is.
Water wonderful daisies.
Water wonderful daisies.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Dad, anything?
Not yet.
What a wonderful day it is.
That's what it sounds like. Water wonderful daisies.
That's what I'm hearing. Water, what? I don't know.
One more time.
What a wonderful day it is.
What?
Something day it is. This. Water wonderful day it is. What a wonderful day it is.
There you go.
Wow. Yay.
Well, yeah, and one of the problems that I'll point out to you.
What a wonderful day it is.
At the end, a lot of students have a problem with saying it is or is it. They'll often switch the S and the T sound, or they'll pronounce both of them like S. Like, 'cause, I mean, she kind of said, like, what a wonderful day is instead of it is, right? And
Well, that's why I heard daisies.
yeah. Okay, we'll finish there. If you noticed any pronunciation mistakes in this video that you often make, I hope you'll take the time to really practice and try to fix them. And speaking of fixing pronunciation mistakes, this seems like an appropriate time to talk about the sponsor of this video, Elsa. Elsa is a great app that you can use to get instant pronunciation correction anytime and anywhere you want. For example, if I want to check my pronunciation of this word, asset. Not quite right. Let's try it again. Asset. Aha, there we go. If you want to try Elsa, just search for Elsa Speak in Google Play or the App Store. Once you download it, you can try it free for 7 days. After that, if you want to continue using it, you can get it for a discounted price by going to elsaspeak.com/danhauer. Just follow the 3 steps there to check out with a price that's discounted from 10 to 80%. And however long you decide to use Elsa, I really hope it'll help you fix your pronunciation mistakes, so that when you speak English, natives won't react like, "What?" And that's all for now. See you next time. Ow, that fucking hurt.